Welcome to the Watering Hole. Sitting down today with Mr. Austin Williams.
Yeah, man. What's up, guys?
Doing all right today?
Yeah, man. Excited to be here. It should be fun.
Is this your first time in Stillwater?
This is my first time in Oklahoma, period.
Wow. Congratulations.
Like everywhere west of Tennessee, I've been everywhere but Oklahoma and Colorado. And how I've managed to miss them?
Really?
I've managed to miss them. But we checked one off today.
Yeah. Are you from Tennessee originally?
Born and raised.
Where at? In Tennessee?
About 30 minutes north of town, a little town called Springfield.
Okay.
That's where I'm from.
Nice.
Where'd you come in from? You come in from there last night?
I got home about a week ago from a month in Canada. And then flew out of here. Flew out last night.
Okay.
Got out here late last night.
Nice. Okay. So, how'd you guys get into playing music? Did you just grow up like?
Was there someone that was like was there like a key?
So there was a few key, so growing up in Nashville, everybody knows a guy. Like everybody knows the guy that does music, you know? And so I grew up around my mom's godfather. He wrote the song Ramblin' Man for Waylon Jennings.
Wow.
And then produced some guys like Farron Young and Ray Price and Gene Watson and a lot of the old heads. And then on my dad's side of the family, there was a guy that wrote the song I Fly Away.
Oh, cool.
And he found Merle Haggard. So I grew up a big Merle Haggard fan.
Yeah.
So, and then my dad met a few guys that moved to town when they first moved to town. And it was Cole Swindell, Adam Sanders, and a guy named Brian Callahan. And grew up kind of around, a little bit around those guys, and just kind of grew up around it. And like I played baseball with, with kids that their dads wrote music for a living, and kind of just was always around it, but never really cared about doing it. And then it wasn't until I was going into my 8th grade year, I had a spinal fusion, and I wrote a song. And I sucked at it, so I quit. And then, because all those guys I told you about, they talk about the great songs they wrote, but they don't ever tell you about the bad ones.
Yeah.
And so I thought that they didn't write bad ones. And then it wasn't until my freshman year of high school, I was the new kid, didn't really talk to many people. And my third project in my freshman year English class was to write a song. And I learned I could tell people how I felt without talking to anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the greatest thing ever. And so from then on out, it was just like an obsession.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Baseball, what position? Shortstop?
I was an outfielder. I'm left-handed.
Oh, really?
Left-handed.
Okay.
You got first base, outfield, the mound. That's it.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
How long did you play baseball?
Man, I played all the way through high school. I was going to college to play. And finally realized I'm 5'9", and playing pro baseball was not in the future.
Yeah.
And I'd finally got to the point where I was like, I want to write songs for a living. So what was the point of going and wasting time and money on a degree that I'm never going to use?
Right.
Yeah.
So I just kind of cut out the middleman.
Yeah. So I assume growing up in Tennessee and also playing sports, I'm gonna assume you're a UT fan.
Not at all.
Okay.
Really?
Not at all. Not a UT fan. I'm a Florida Gators fan.
Whoa, that's a curveball.
Curveball.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Why specifically Florida?
So my dad's side of the family was all Florida Gators fans. They really just didn't like Tennessee. And so they started rooting for a team that wasn't Tennessee, and they picked Florida. And then my mom's side of the family, half of them was from Florida, and they were all Gators fans.
Okay.
So like I grew up with both sides of my family as Gators fans. You didn't have no choice but to be a Florida fan.
Yeah. Now, Florida, they didn't do great this year, but they ended the year well.
They figured it out at the end of the year. We made a bowl game.
Yeah.
We're going to make a bowl game.
Yeah.
But yeah, not too hot. Not too hot. So
so you keep up with college football then?
Quite a bit. Way more than I should.
Yeah. Who do you think's going to come out on top?
To be honest, nobody's ever going to hear me say this again. I hope Tennessee wins it.
Wow, really?
The party that's going to happen at home if Tennessee wins it. Yeah, it's going to be a great time to live in the state of Tennessee.
It's purely, it's not even because he cares about whether they win. Like the football team winning, he just wants the party to happen. The
atmosphere at home is going to be great. I actually bought tickets if they got a home playoff game, which it's not looking like they're going to. Yeah. But I had the little placeholders, so if they got a home game, I was going. But I always know a few that's on the team because growing up, at home everybody goes to UT if you play football.
Yeah.
So you always know a couple guys on the team, and then all my friends and stuff go to school there. So you root for them a little bit just because everybody's going to be happy. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious.
Our team has not been so hot this
That's
year.
what I heard. My best friend lives in Stillwater. He goes to OSU.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he said he went to about 3 games this year, and one of them was the Arkansas game, and he left at halftime. He said, then turns out it was the best game of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, he left at the wrong time.
Yeah, but yeah, he grew up at home, and then his dad ran a military base out there, and they just moved back to Stillwater.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really?
So it's been cool getting to kind of catch up with everybody today.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we hope you guys come back to Oklahoma more.
that's the goal.
There's a really good music scene.
That's what I've heard, man. There's a lot of guys out here that are just good, man.
Yeah.
Just good.
What is the difference? Because I've always curious because most of the time when we talk to people, because we're based out of Stillwater,
Yeah.
we get to talk to people in like the Stillwater red dirt,
Yeah,
country
for
music
sure.
scene, and not as much as like the Nashville kind of
For sure,
like Tennessee.
100%.
So what's the difference that you've seen traveling around between the different scenes across like the entire country?
So like this red Oklahoma and Texas red dirt scene, it runs like Nashville ran like 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's less social media based
Yeah.
and more just get out on the road and put your boots on a hardwood floor somewhere and play shows.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the old, it's kind of like the it's kind of like the 90s, the 80s, kind of 70s, 80s and 90s version of Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Nashville is very social media based now.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, who's got the biggest numbers on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It makes sense in a way.
Yeah.
And it's just two different ideologies. It's a little more, Nashville's a lot more mainstream. It's like the Nickelback of country music scenes,
Yeah.
And it's cool, it goes a little more pop and rap than, kind of y'all see out here, but it's just merging genres. And you can hate it or you can learn to have an appreciation for it. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Are you a Spotify or Apple Music user?
Both.
Really?
Nice.
It's the right answer.
What's the reason for both?
Man, they both have different perks. Like I can look at whose monthly listeners or what on, Spotify. And then, Apple Music, I can see more of my recent search history, or I can see more of like when I click on an artist, there's 8 songs there to listen to instead of like 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I can just click, you can find the albums a little bit easier on Apple Music.
Mm-hmm.
But Spotify's playlist, I enjoy. And there's just a little more data that you can see as a listener on Spotify than Apple Music.
Yeah.
But both. I definitely bounce between the both. And Pandora. I love Pandora.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
We ask that question quite often, and I'm a Spotify user. He's an Apple Music, so we got this big tally going, and I'm winning by a mile.
Yeah.
But we don't hardly ever get Pandora, which is crazy.
Pandora.
Huh.
Yeah, they also, like, Pandora's been great, man. Especially in my artist career. They've leaned into my artist stuff really heavy. And
that's awesome.
Man, they've been amazing. And so, like, yeah, all the platforms.
Are you doing an ad for Pandora right now?
I'm doing an ad for all of them. I love you, Spotify, Apple Music. I love them all.
So
you need the billboard. I've been seeing these billboards like the Spotify, like, what's it called? Like the Hometown Presents thing.
Yeah.
Then they have this giant billboard. We need an Austin Williams Spotify billboard.
Yeah, Spotify. If you want to put me on your playlist, I'll gladly take any spot you get.
Thank you for listening, Spotify.
Yeah, thank you for listening. But yeah, no, but I really do. Like, I use all of them. Everybody makes fun of me because I bounce back between like every different streaming platform.
So since you have a wide variety of like Spotify and Apple Music, your 2024 Wrapped or recap.
It looked like I didn't listen to music on any of them because it was divided between so many.
What do you think like your top 5 artists were?
My top 5 artists on Apple Music was number 1 was Big X the Plug.
Wow.
Number 2 was like Merle Haggard. Number 3 was like 3 Doors Down, and then like number 4 was like, I think it was Chase Matthew.
Okay.
Oh, and then there was Gavin Adcock was in there somewhere.
That's like a wide variety, right?
And then Bill Monroe was like the next.
You covering all genres.
Yeah, I'm a big music guy. I listen to a lot of different stuff.
So if you go between the 3 platforms, are you listening to like same artist, same stuff on each one? Or is each one like geared
Man,
for something specific?
I would say I listen to more rap on Apple Music because I don't really care what their numbers are. Where I'm a big competitive guy coming from like a sports background.
Yeah.
I'm always looking at everybody's like monthly listeners on Spotify, like I beat you this week, like So yeah, I listen to more country music on Spotify.
Yeah.
Okay.
As an Apple Music user, I wish we could see that.
Exactly.
I do like being able to see that.
You know, like you kind of see the monthly listener numbers and just kind of see where it gives you a gauge of kind of where everybody's at and what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
You know, and I really enjoy that aspect of everything a little too much. I watch it a lot.
We always have like a pretty intense debate about numbers every now and then. Because we use it to try to analyze like when we want to release an episode with this artist, or if we have multiple in the same day, like who do we release first? Or
And
we found that the numbers don't always equate to like they don't always equal out.
No, there's a lot of guys that streaming 10 million monthly listeners and couldn't put a person in this place and sell a ticket.
Yep.
You know, and then there's some guys that have 500,000 monthly listeners and would sell this place out tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know? Like they don't always. More times than not, they usually don't equal out.
And I feel like I see that a lot in like especially on Spotify because they have such a high playlist interaction.
Yeah.
That if they have one big song, it'll really spike a monthly
It will.
listenership.
Yeah, you'll be the Florida State of the music industry.
That's hilarious. That's great. I love the dig at it.
Yeah.
but like and like especially if they're like that, it's been a while since they have that big hit.
For sure.
Like they wouldn't sell as many tickets as it says on their Spotify.
For sure. And there's a lot of like, I've noticed this with rappers, man. Every song would just stream, and then they can't sell a ticket. Because like they're not really like bought into the artist. You know, it's just a music brand. It's not really you know, I think a lot of that goes with branding. You know, you've got a guy like Gavin Adcock. You know, he's going to sell out every single where he plays, and it's because like the brand is so much bigger than music. Zach Top's the same way. Like their brand, like when you think of Gavin Adcock, the first thing you think of isn't a Gavin Adcock song. It's like Gavin Adcock as a person.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, oh, that's amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
And like, you know, when you go to the show, it's going to be amazing. So the brand, like he's built this giant brand, and he'll be able to sell tickets for life off of that brand.
Yeah.
You know?
So as an artist, what do you do to try to build that brand?
See, that's the cool thing of social media. You know, that's the cool thing is because I can post everything, right? So if I'm out cutting tobacco in a tobacco field, I can post that and everybody understands who I am as a person. And I can actually show people every single day who I am as a person. And then people, you know, and I think that's the big goal is you want people to, you know, relate to you, and you just want to be a normal guy. You know, I think especially the Nashville music scene has been like these Tim McGraws and Alan Jackson, these George Straits that are just like above life characters.
Yeah.
You know, like where now it's cool to have a guy that's just like the normal guy.
Just a chill guy.
Riley Green, Cody Johnson. You know, they're just normal guys.
Yeah.
And I think everybody loves that about them is they're just normal.
Yeah.
It's interesting you brought that up. I was looking at, I think Lainey Wilson's numbers, and then you probably know where I'm going with this, but her numbers on Spotify were bigger than George Strait, Eric Church, like Jason Aldean, all these guys that are like, you know, legends in the
for sure
in the country music field. And then, you know, Lainey, she's not new, but you know, she's fairly new compared to them. And it's just, you know.
Yeah, you know, I think a little bit of that probably tributes to like that their music, they were before the time of streaming.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Keith Whitley's numbers, like my numbers are as good as Keith Whitley's numbers, you know, and it's just because they were before the time of streaming. So a lot of their listeners have the CD playing in their truck every morning and could care less about Apple Music or Spotify, you know.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good.
I keep interrupting you.
No, dude, you're good. If you don't, I'm going to talk all day.
We missed every time Lainey Wilson gets brought up, I think about this. We started this podcast like a month before. So she played a show here a couple years ago when she was a lot smaller.
Yep.
And we started like a month before, and we hadn't like got the connection with Tumbleweed yet to start coming in here. And I will forever regret not having started it just a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
Because we just missed.
That would have been a fun interview.
Laney Wilson early on.
Yeah.
So.
That would have been a fun interview.
We'll just have to catch her later down the road.
Yeah.
Whenever we get a bit bigger and stuff.
You know, she's one of those artists that seems relatable. You know, like a genuine person.
For sure.
Too.
The moments I've been around her, like I haven't been around her a lot, but the few times I've been around her, she's been the sweetest human.
Mm-hmm.
Like to everybody, like people she doesn't know, like always, like every time I've ever seen her out in public, she's just been like nicest person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more a fan of her boyfriend than her though.
Who's her boyfriend?
Delvin Hodges.
I know the name, but I don't know.
Okay, so he was a backup quarterback for the Steelers.
Yes.
And but he's a huge duck hunter.
Huh. Really?
And he's like big time like competition duck caller. And I was a big competition duck caller. So like it's like a cool little like
Yeah.
How does a competition duck call go? Like our
All right, so you've got 90 seconds on stage. And the judges are behind the stage because they can't see. And you have 90 seconds. So really how you so the routine that you have to do is the duck's far out. You have to call the duck in. He leaves, you call him back, and then you finish him. It's kind of the idea behind a routine and a calling competition.
Yeah.
And it's not at all like calling a duck. It's how loud and how loud and how fast you can run a feed call, and just loud and fast and long.
Huh.
It's kind of.
Do you have a duck calling you right now?
I don't. I wish I did.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
My life goal is to have a calling competition with Riley Green.
Oh yeah.
It's a life goal.
There you go.
Yeah.
You need a custom branded. You need your own line of duck calls.
See, I made them forever.
Oh really?
Really?
Me and my dad made duck calls when I was a kid. We'd take a lay and take a block of wood and make a duck call out of it.
Oh,
that's
cool.
really interesting.
Yeah.
I've because I'm not a duck hunter myself.
Okay.
But I've always like seen like duck hunters and stuff.
Yeah.
And how big the call is for duck hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wondered like what it's like to make a call and then like how big of a deal it is.
Man, it's pretty cool. Like to make a call, you start out with like a round piece of wood or acrylic. You put it on a lay and you cut it out in what shape you want.
Yeah.
And you if it doesn't have a hole in it, you got to drill press a certain size hole in it.
Yeah.
And then you go through and then you put you have like a jig.
Yeah.
You put it in, you cut the insert out. You turn your insert the same way, then you cut it in a jig. Then you put your reed and your cork inside, and then you file down under the reed till you get the right tone you want. It's an art.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yep. You just take a file and you just file it down. File down your tone board until you get it where you get a sound that you like.
Wow,
that's very interesting.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go duck hunting. We talk about that all the time too, but
I was supposed to come out here and hunt for 2 days. I was supposed to leave the house on Monday and then come down here and hunt for 2 days, then play the show. But after being gone a month, I liked my bed a little too much. I was like, guys, I won't make it.
Yeah. Where are we going to go at?
About an hour and a half west of here.
Okay.
Don't ask me the town name because I don't know.
Probably around like Weatherford or something.
Somewhere probably right in there. It's about an hour and a half west of here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what are you doing when you're not on the road? Like, what are you get any hobbies other than?
Yeah, man, I hunt and fish. It's about it.
Yeah. What do you fish for?
Dude, I'm a big cat fisherman.
Really?
Like my dad, was a tournament cat fisherman.
Wow.
Like
cool.
catching like 80, 90 pound catfish.
Wow.
It's fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a blast. I like to bass fish. I love to get on a good smallmouth hole.
Did
Yeah.
you ever set jug lines?
Yeah, we did that a little bit as a kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a childish thing.
Yeah.
We did it. My granddad did it a lot.
Yeah.
And then my dad went through a space, like we'll do it like certain times of the year, like when we want to have a fish fry or something like that. We'll set jug lines so we can catch a lot of eaters. Because those big 89, 90 pound catfish that we're catching, you don't eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just throw them back.
Yeah.
I love crappie fishing.
Oh, I love the
But
crappie
it's hard
fish.
to, like now with the technology they have and stuff, if you don't have like the live scope and everything,
Yeah.
people are out there just like catching them nonstop. And I'm like, I can't catch a fish all day.
Oh, tell me about it. They technology, man,
Yeah.
doesn't quit.
My dad was talking about live scopes the other day because he fishes all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to go with him a lot, but I don't as much anymore. But
I figured he would have one, honestly.
yeah, he doesn't have one.
It's coming.
The lake that he fishes at all the time, Uchi, it's really down right now.
Yeah.
And I fly like drones and stuff. So
Okay.
he had me fly around like those places he couldn't like get to go mark stuff. So I got like a lot of really good footage for him to go like.
Oh, that's
like,
so
see,
sick.
like some brush and some
That's so sick. I know some guys that they just started like retrieving deer with drones.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know that they'll have like the thermal imaging and can find your deer instead of using a dog or something like that. They'll use a drone.
That's something that's really big, like coming up. In
yeah,
the
I'm
industry,
excited for it. It seems pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's a lot more effective.
yeah. I know a guy that it's like a fixed wing. It's more of a UAV than a drone, but it should be able to like loiter for like 4 hours, and they're gonna put thermals on it and hunt hogs with it.
Okay, yeah.
And it's gonna loiter, and they're gonna sit out there like, okay, there's the hogs, and they're gonna autonomously pick a point to go loiter over the hogs, and they'll have the location, then they're gonna go walk to that point. And
okay, yeah. Y'all got a big hog problem out here?
yes.
That's one thing we don't have at home. And I'm so
Really?
glad. I'm so glad we don't have them things at home.
Yeah.
I was just talking to somebody the other day, and they said like it was an older guy, and he was saying when he was younger, like hogs weren't an issue here.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like they've been like
they're
slowly making their way up. So I'm sure you'll get them eventually.
I hope not.
they're a very large invasive species.
Yes,
Sure.
I hope we don't get them. Tearing up everybody's crops and
Yep.
everything. I just, man.
Yeah,
When is deer season in Tennessee?
We got a rifle season right now.
Okay.
It ends, I would say, end of the month, sometime in January. I don't know the exact date it ends. When duck season starts, my deer hunting quits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deer hunt until duck season starts. I'm done
Yeah.
chasing birds. Chasing birds.
Do you have a dog for it?
I don't. I'm the dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
with our
You're-
group,
You're
I'm the
waiting
dog.
out there in the water. To
Always. I'm the youngest one of the group. So like, Austin, go get that bird.
Fine.
Yeah, they definitely make me go get the birds always.
What's your favorite way to prepare duck, like to eat it?
Man, so there's only it's one of those. It's so easy to mess up a duck. But my favorite is so you take it and you butterfly the breast open, and you put like cream cheese and a jalapeno in it, and then wrap it up in bacon in like a popper,
Yeah.
and make a duck popper out of it and grill it. They're
That's-
pretty good.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite way to eat duck.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say like I hunt duck, but like it's just no good to eat. But it sounds like it just depends on how you prepare it.
Oh, I mean, it's
Like
not the
most-
greatest thing to eat, but there is a way to cook it and make it pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can smoke it. I know smoked duck's pretty good. And sometimes you can cook it like a steak and eat it with like eggs for breakfast or something, and it's not bad.
Huh.
Now, like a
Not
goose.
bad.
I mean, it's not bad. But a duck popper is definitely my favorite way favorite way to eat a duck for sure.
So we were talking before the podcast. You sound like you're a big steak guy too.
Big steak guy. Big steak guy.
I don't like the way you just said it.
Yeah,
Well,
big.
How do you get it cooked?
Medium rare.
There we go.
Medium rare.
Perfect.
If I'm feeling frisky, get it blue.
Oh,
Wow.
Wait a minute.
You gotta be feeling it though.
You jumped a whole you jumped a
Yeah.
whole section right there.
No, I don't ever on purposely get it blue, but I have had a few blue steaks that bother me. I mean, I'll eat it blue, but I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
Are you going ribeye or sirloin?
Ribeye.
Okay.
Ribeye. Every now and then, a filet mignon.
Okay.
But like, I gotta be I just made a check, and I'm like, yeah, I got money. But most times it's the ribeye. It's kind of my favorite steak in my kind of price range.
Yeah.
What kind of sides you choosing? Baked potato?
Man, baked potato, but like the deal is I don't like sour cream. So I can't have all that sour cream. I want everything on the side.
Okay.
And then that and rice.
Okay.
Because I don't like salad. That's rabbit food. I don't be eating this rabbit food.
Whenever we go to like Texas Roadhouse, I always get rice as my side.
I like a baked potato and rice.
Yeah.
It's kind of my go-to. Unless they got those, like some places got those smashed potatoes. It's like a baked potato but smashed into mashed potatoes, but it's got garlic and like bacon and stuff in it.
I don't know.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Is it like baked after they smash it? Or?
No, it's just it's like mashed potatoes,
Oh.
It-
except it's got the peel in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like mashed potatoes, except it's got the peel in it, and it's got like all the stuff from a loaded baked potato
Okay.
in the mashed potatoes.
When you eat a baked potato, do you eat the skin or do you not eat the skin?
You know, probably usually not. I mean, I'm full by the time I get to the skin.
Yeah.
Like
If I make it myself, if I know like I cleaned it good, I'll eat it. But if it's at a restaurant, I never eat the skin.
I mean, like every now and then, like I take a bite and the skin will be in it. Like I don't care, but like, I mean, I hope I'm full by the time I get to the skin. If I'm still eating by the time I get to the skin, your steak was terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. What's been your favorite steak you ever had?
oh man, I had a steak in Canada that was pretty good, and then but the best steak I've ever had for the money. There's a place in my hometown. And you get a 22-ounce ribeye for $50, and that comes with 2 sides.
Wow.
And it's real. Like it's not like there's some places downtown Nashville that are amazing, but you're gonna pay $200 for a steak, and that $50 ribeye and that $200 ribeye, that $200 ribeye might have been better, but it wasn't $150 better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a big steak guy though. It's bad. I spend too much money on steaks.
There are worse things to spend too much money on for sure.
Women.
Well, that's one. Yeah.
Get right to the point.
Let's cut out the middle, man. Let's just talk about it.
While we're on the topic of food here, what's your go-to Taco Bell order? We have this segment where we talk about go-to Taco Bell orders.
Everybody's gonna think I'm fat, but I'm working on my physique. But man, 5 soft shell tacos, no lettuce.
Soft shell.
Okay.
I'm a soft shell kind of guy.
Okay.
5 soft shell tacos, no lettuce, or I get a T7, that steak quesadilla or a chicken quesadilla, and then get 2 soft shell tacos on the side.
Okay.
No lettuce. They got the worst lettuce in the world.
Yeah.
1 piece of lettuce and you'll taste it in the whole taco.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got to have the Diablo sauce on them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big spice guy?
No, just I like that sauce for some odd reason. Like
Really?
I'm not a huge spice guy, but like the fire sauce is just like, I don't like the taste of the fire sauce.
Yeah.
But the Diablo sauce tastes a little better.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go to the old reliable chicken quesadilla.
Chicken quesadilla is hard. Yeah, it's
That's
just
where I'm
it's
at.
solid.
Quesadilla.
It's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been dabbling in the nacho fries too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got those once or twice, and I just, but I don't ever hardly eat Taco Bell anymore. When I was a kid, the one in my hometown kind of sucks. They like got it merged with a KFC, so it's like Taco Bell KFC.
That's never good.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, both of them is just kind of bad. And I think they find like the biggest idiots in my hometown to work there. Shout out everybody at the Taco Bell. But like I'll see somebody I went to high school with working at the Taco Bell, and I'm like, damn. Like I know you failed every class. Because like I'll be asking like, can I get like 3 soft shell tacos, no lettuce? And it'll be like all the lettuce in the world and their hard shell. Like everything I didn't ask for.
There's no meat in there.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, like, dude, you have one job.
I will say, if you ever find a good Taco Bell, it's great.
Oh,
Like,
a
it's,
good
like,
Taco Bell is
really,
amazing.
Really good. Yeah.
I'll drive one town over just to go to Taco Bell.
There's speaking of one town over, there's one in Cushing. I'll give them a shout out. The
Okay.
Cushing Taco Bell
Fire.
is, oh my god, it's the best Taco Bell I've ever had.
Fire.
Like they'll actually fill your quesadilla up full of like meat.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No, the one in my hometown is pretty bad. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
We used to eat there because it's about all we got, but now we're like the budget exit. We got so many fast food places. We're getting a Waffle House.
Oh, that's a Waffle House.
I love Waffle House.
So what do you got coming up music wise?
So we signed a record deal a couple months ago. So we put out the first single under that a couple weeks ago. We got a next single should be coming in the end of January, and then we're gonna do an album next year.
Oh, very
Our
fun.
debut album. So we're gonna do an album. Hopefully get one of those radio songs.
You have a name for that album yet?
I don't. I do.
You don't
not.
have to lie to me.
I don't. I have no clue. I wish I knew. I've been actually racking my brain the past 2 weeks on that. It's like, what are we gonna call the album?
Yeah.
But yeah,
It'll come to you out of nowhere.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna hit me like a ton of
The
bricks.
Duck Hunter.
Yeah.
There you go.
I really like. I've been drifting on something like the Man of the People, like Man of the People or something. I got a song
Yeah.
called Man of the People. And
Yeah.
if it makes the album, like, there's definitely gonna be a President T-shirt
Yeah,
with
it'd be
my
perfect.
face on it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
That'd be good.
but it might not make the album. And then what do you call it?
You just call it that, but it's just there.
Yeah. put it on the CD that you sell at the merch booth, and that's kind of like the sales pitch is that there's a song that you're never gonna hear.
The deluxe version.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have like CDs and vinyl, or?
I want to do some vinyl.
Yeah.
I really want to do some vinyl.
Some colored vinyl, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a vinyl. It just sounds different.
Yeah.
You know, it just sounds better.
Yeah.
I don't even really listen to the vinyl I have. It's more of like I just like looking.
Okay, so I heard a stat like not all that long ago, and there was like 80 or 90% of people that own vinyl records don't even own a record player.
Oh wow,
That's crazy.
Like it's like most people that buy vinyl records don't even own a record player. They have no intentions of listening to it. They just want it.
That's crazy.
Makes me want to sell them at a merch booth.
I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like I'm more of like I like to frame them.
Yeah.
Like especially if I have something like really cool, I like to frame it. And
Yeah, cool. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I've got a couple of vinyls at the house, and I do listen to them. I do.
Yeah, he does.
I do love to listen to a good vinyl. It's not every day.
Yeah, but every now and then, you know, good glass of bourbon with a little vinyl. I wouldn't know nothing about that, but
he's got one of the coolest. I mean, we both have a cool one now. Actually,
Yeah, we do.
But, for our 100th episode, we had Red Clay Strays on.
oh, that's amazing.
And they signed a vinyl for us, and they like wrote a message on there and like congrats on 100.
That's sick.
And that's like that needs to be locked in a case somewhere.
Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah, that's
I'm working
cool.
on it. I'm working on it.
Those guys are stars.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Man, they're so good.
Yeah.
What are you on socials?
All of my social media is Austin Williams _music.
Okay,
Perfect.
Simple enough.
It's the only one with a blue check mark. There's 500 fake accounts. Everybody asks me, "Hey man, you know you on your private account you asked me for like $400." And I'm like, "Man, if you're dumb enough to believe it and get $400, like
You
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you."
You asked me for 4 soft shell tacos and
yeah. So,
but you wanted lettuce. That's so weird.
Yeah. So, and it's always like people I know message me like, "Is this you?" And I'm like,
No.
like. But yeah, I'm also Williams _music on all my socials.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, we thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys
and,
for having me, man.
I think we might be seeing you again before too long, so we're
I
looking
hope
forward
so.
to doing
Yeah.
that. And yeah, we had a blast. Thank
It
you.
was so fun. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
For sure.
See you next time.
Bet.